The room was filled with flashing lights, laughter, and the usual rhythm of a film press conference, until Jamie Dornan spoke. Reporters said they could feel it before he even opened his mouth. His smile didn't reach his eyes, his posture was tense, and his hands trembled slightly as he adjusted the microphone. It was supposed to be a normal QA session promoting his latest project, but instead, it became the moment that sent shockwaves through Hollywood. "I think it's time people heard it from me directly," Jamie began, his tone steady but heavy. "Amelia and we've decided to go our separate ways again." The room went completely silent. Cameras clicked, pens froze mid-air. For a few seconds, no one moved. Then the chaos erupted. Dozens of reporters shouted questions at once, but Jamie simply looked down, exhaled, and continued softly, "There's no scandal. No anger. Just life taking us in different directions. We tried again, we really did." Those words, "we tried again," became the phrase that dominated headlines around the world. Within minutes, social media exploded. Hashtag Jamie Dornan divorce, hashtag Amelia Warner, and hashtag We Tried Again were trending globally. Fans were in disbelief. "Again?" one user wrote. "Didn't they already fix things last year?" Others shared photos of Jamie and Amelia together, smiling at premieres, walking with their children, looking, at least from the outside, like the perfect couple. But the truth, as it often is in Hollywood, was far more complicated. Sources close to the actor revealed that the two had quietly reconciled after a previous separation, spending months trying to rebuild what fame and distance had slowly eroded. They were doing well for a while, one insider told People magazine. They went on family trips, tried therapy, tried being private, but something had changed between them. They weren't the same two people who fell in love years ago. Jamie and Amelia had been one of the industry's most admired low-profile couples. Unlike many celebrity marriages, theirs had always been built on discretion, mutual respect, and a fierce commitment to protecting their children from the spotlight. But as Jamie's career soared internationally, the demands of fame and distance began to weigh heavily. "He's been filming back-to-back projects," said another source. "Different countries, different time zones." Meanwhile, Amelia has her own creative life, music, writing, her own world. They grew apart, even when they were in the same room. Fans began sharing emotional posts online. "You can tell he still loves her," one wrote. "He looks devastated." Another tweeted, "They were the quiet love story we all believed in. This hurts." Entertainment outlets scrambled to confirm details. Some claimed the couple had been living separately for months. Others pointed to Jamie's recent solo red carpet appearances, where he seemed distant, smiling for cameras, but with an unmistakable sadness in his eyes. And then came the official statement from Jamie's representative, confirming what he had said earlier. Jamie Dornan and Amelia Warner have decided to part ways once more. They continue to hold immense respect and care for each other and ask for privacy during this time. That one sentence, once more, reignited everything. People began revisiting the history of their love story, from the early days of their romance in 2010, to their marriage in 2013, to their beautiful family life that fans adored. Every photo, every interview clip resurfaced, painted now in bittersweet nostalgia. Old videos of Jamie talking about Amelia went viral again, like the one where he smiled shyly and said, "She's my home. I don't know who I'd be without her." That clip alone was viewed over 10 million times within a few hours. But this time, his eyes during the press conference told a different story. A journalist who attended the event described the moment. "You could see the weight on him. It wasn't anger or guilt, it was heartbreak. He looked like a man who'd run out of ways to hold something together." After finishing his statement, Jamie didn't take any questions. He simply said, "That's all I have to say," and walked off the stage. Cameras followed him as he left the room, his team guiding him away while reporters called out his name. Within minutes, the video hit every major platform. Fans shared it with captions like, "This broke me," and "He looks so tired, so done." Meanwhile, Amelia Warner, ever private, posted a simple message on her Instagram story that read, "Sometimes love doesn't end, it just changes shape. Please be kind." It was the perfect mirror to Jamie's words, and for many, proof that their separation wasn't bitter, just heartbreakingly inevitable. By nightfall, the internet had turned quiet. The noise, the shock, the debate, it all faded into a collective sadness. Because everyone realized the same thing. Some stories don't end with anger or betrayal. They end with two people who still care, but can no longer walk the same path. And as one fan beautifully wrote beneath Jamie's latest photo, "They didn't fail, they just finished their chapter, together." The morning after his shocking announcement, Jamie Dornan's name was everywhere. Every magazine cover, every trending topic, every late-night talk show was asking the same question: why now? But Jamie wasn't speaking to anyone. He had vanished from public view, cancelling interviews and quietly flying back to Belfast to be with his family. Reporters camped outside his home, paparazzi lined the streets, yet for days, there was only silence. Until a short radio interview, recorded for a charity special, changed everything. Jamie appeared on The Heart of Humanity, a program known for deep, emotional storytelling. He wasn't there to promote a film or make headlines. He was there, it seemed, to finally breathe. The host began gently. "You've been through a lot this year. How are you holding up?" Jamie hesitated, then smiled faintly. That quiet, tired smile fans knew so well. "I'm learning," he said softly. "I'm learning that love doesn't always stay the way we expect it to. And sometimes, letting go doesn't mean you stop caring." There was a pause, the kind that holds more emotion than words ever could. He continued, his voice lower now. "Amelia and I shared so much life together, laughter, loss, children, everything. And even when things fall apart, the love you built doesn't just disappear. It just changes its place." The interview lasted only 12 minutes, but within an hour of airing, clips began circulating online. Fans were in tears. The phrase, "Love doesn't disappear, it just changes its place," went viral, quoted across TikTok edits, fan pages, and emotional tributes. Many noticed that Jamie looked vulnerable, not broken, but human. For the first time in years, he spoke not as a movie star, but as a man learning to navigate heartbreak in front of the world. "I don't want people to think this is some tragedy," he added near the end. "It's not, it's life, and I'll always be grateful, because to have loved like that, even once, is a privilege." The recording ended, but the impact was immediate. Fans flooded social media with messages of support. "He speaks like someone who still believes in love. That interview healed me." Jamie's words just hit different. Entertainment outlets praised his honesty. One columnist wrote, "In an era of celebrity scandal, Jamie Dornan's vulnerability feels revolutionary. No drama, no blame, just truth." Meanwhile, Amelia Warner, still silent, posted a single photo to her social media. An open piano, sheet music scattered across it, with the caption, "New Beginnings." Fans interpreted it not as shade, but as peace. The quiet understanding between them had turned into something deeper, respect. But there was one moment that no one expected. During a fan Q&A several weeks later, Jamie appeared on a livestream promoting a new film. The moderator, cautious but curious, asked how he was doing, personally. Jamie chuckled softly and said, "I'm good. Better than I thought I'd be, actually." Then he paused, his expression thoughtful. "You know, people think divorce is failure. But sometimes, it's the bravest thing you can do. To admit something's changed, to be honest about it, and still wish the other person happiness." Fans in the comments went wild. "That's maturity. He still speaks with love. He'll always be that kind of man." But beneath his composure, those closest to him said the wounds were still fresh. A longtime friend reportedly shared, "Jamie's been quiet, but you can tell he's processing everything. He misses the stability, the family dinners, the small things. He's not angry, just nostalgic." Privately, Jamie was seen spending more time with his children, taking them on walks through the Irish countryside, far from the noise of the industry. Locals described him as kind, grounded, and humble, always greeting fans with a gentle smile, even when his eyes still looked tired. A viral fan post summed it up perfectly. "He's living proof that you can lose someone and still be full of love." And perhaps that was the message Jamie wanted to leave behind. Because through it all, the separation, the speculation, the silence, he never once spoke ill of Amelia. Instead, he chose grace. In his final statement shared through his publicist, Jamie wrote, "Amelia will always be part of my story. We've grown, we've changed, and that's okay. I'll always be thankful for her." The note ended with a single line that fans would remember for years. Some endings are really just quiet beginnings in disguise. By the end of that week, Jamie's story wasn't being told as a Hollywood scandal anymore. It was being told as a love story that simply evolved. Two people who had the courage to say goodbye without bitterness, who had built a life together and were brave enough to let each other grow beyond it. And as the final image of him walking along the coastline with his daughters circulated online, the caption beneath it read what everyone was already thinking. "He didn't lose love, he just learned a different kind of it."